What is good, Gamble Factory? We're back. We're maybe a little bit disappointed, but we are back. We're ready to talk some Sunday Night Football. It's your boy Z-Rob, and we got Coach T Posey over here. Had a fun afternoon of football. I don't know about you guys, but I spent my entire day watching football. I don't know about you, Tyler. How are you feeling about today's game so far?
Well, today's been great because, yeah, I've also spent my entire day watching football. I had a bunch of slips go really close. I hit on most of my sleeper slips, secured the bag there. We hit our ladder challenge day one already for them. And then, watch the Jets sell Brees Hall's bag. And then everybody getting back. So that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, bro, that Brees Hall play, man, I loved it. It looked great. He's hit it every single game. The Jets were just an absolute dumpster fire. They're lucky they even scored a touchdown. They had a big busted coverage play to Garrett Wilson that allowed Zach throw a touchdown pass. I think he was like 2 of 5 in the first half for 77 yards, and 75 of those yards came on one play to Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. So, who's echoing, Nathan? Somebody's echoing. Hopefully it's not me. I'm in a new place, so hopefully it's not too bad. But we're here to talk some Sunday Night Football picks. We'll go real quick because it's not too long till the game starts. And we'll get a slip and we'll answer any questions, hopefully, that any of you guys may have. Do us a favor before we get started. Go ahead and like and make sure you're subscribed. So, Tyler, do you want to go ahead and get started with a play that you're liking?
Yeah, I can do that. We got 112 people in here watching, which is really cool, man. It's the most we've had on stream. So yeah, it's been fun. Hopefully we can cook up a full 6 out of 6 tonight. But I think I want to start with the obvious one and just grab the Tyreek Hill discount receiving yards, and I'll take the cheaper prop. So give me Tyreek Hill, and obviously that huge discount right here, 26-yard discount. It's like 67% on Optimizer. The odds are like minus 200 something if you include this discount. So yeah, I'm out. That'd be easy one for me because I'm echoing.
That's a great prop. If you've already taken a discount, I think you can literally take Tyreek anything. Like, his fantasy score, in my opinion, is way too low at 17. His receptions is good at 6. But for the stream slip, we're going to play the discount for sure. I mean, that's just way too good to pass up on a guy like Tyreek. He can hit this in one play. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he cashes this in the first half, the way the Dolphins have been playing Tyreek. So, I'll go ahead and go next. I know I've had a couple bump, but I got one still on the Dolphins side of the ball. We got Durham Smythe, and you guys know how I love these sneaky tight end plays. And this guy right here, he really shouldn't be that sneaky. I think 5.5 fantasy score is way too low for him. I can be talked into some other props too. But he was on the field for 100% of snaps for the Dolphins last week, which is absolutely insane. He also got 7 targets. The Dolphins did pass quite a bit. I think Tua threw it over 40 times. But it's a guy who got 7 targets last week. His fantasy score is only at 5.5, so he doesn't catch a touchdown. He'll probably need like 2 catches and 30 yards. No, 2 catches like 36 yards. More than likely have to have like 3 catches, 30 yards, something in that range. So I could also be talking to his receptions. How do you feel about it, Tyler?
Yeah, I actually really were looking at him as well. I don't think it matters, to be honest with you, which one you take. Like you said, he could get that in 2 catches, which you wouldn't need that reception prop. I think it's like minus 120, so the odds are not great over on the or minus 130 there for his catches. But I'm good with both. I actually had him on my list as well, so
Perfect.
I'm good with both.
Great. Yeah, I think that'll be a good prop we can have, and maybe we can find a Tua prop that we like for some correlation in this slip if we get some scoring. I mean, that really doesn't even take that much scoring, honestly. But, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Tyler has a little echo. Just bear with it. Not sure what that issue is. It could be because on my end, I'm at a new place today. I'm at my in-laws, so could have something to do with that. So just bear with us. We're going to get a fire 25x slip knocked out anyway.
Go ahead. I'm going to try to fix my mic.
Yeah, I got you. I'll go over to my next favorite play. If we're stacking up this game, I feel like we have to go with Rhamondre. Um, I'm leaning his rushing and receiving yards at 80 right now. I can kind of be talked into something else, maybe two. But last week he had 6 targets. Um, and then also last week versus the Dolphins, Eckler went for 140 versus Miami, and he's not somebody that's usually gonna like really pound the rock. So seeing him go for 140 versus Miami seemed like something that the Chargers were just wanting to expose against the Dolphins. So I can see the Patriots following suit. They're a smart coaching staff. Um, he played 73% of snaps last week with Zeke. He's gonna be the bell cow for the Patriots. So I'm leaning rushing and receiving yards right now, just because I don't have a lean either way, rushing or receiving, and he can obviously rack up the targets, rack up the receptions, and hit this either way. So Tyler, you like Rhamondre tonight?
Yeah, I am on Rhamondre, but I took. I was looking at his targets more of his receptions.
Okay.
So a little different for a prop, but I think it kind of correlates into that as well with the yardage at least. I couldn't decide from the receptions, from the targets, from the receiving yards, but if you're on the rushing yards, it just makes sense to go and do some kind of combine prop with something of him. So you think he'll rush us more tonight then?
I think so last week he went up against the Eagles, really tough run defense. So like obviously he didn't get a bunch of rush yards in, and I just think that the Patriots are gonna see, all right, the Chargers were able to expose the Dolphins' run D last week. I think he could definitely rack up the yards on the ground. But just in case they play from behind or have to, I kind of was putting a combo prop just in case they have to play from behind and he gets 5 targets or 4 or 5 targets and gets some receiving work too.
Yeah, that makes sense. I said I'm still echoing. I've switched mics. I've switched everything. I have no idea what's happening.
That's,
Sorry, guys.
just hang in there, guys. We'll get out of slip anyway. I'm sorry about the echo. Bro's mic needs fixing. I could barely understand him with the echo. I'm sorry, guys. I'll kind of repeat what he says
Yeah,
too. He sounds good in my headset, so I'm not really sure what the issue is. But Tyler,
yeah, that's really frustrating going into a stream and being just fine with you, talking with you just fine, and then the stream obviously like messing up. But
yeah. What else are you liking?
that happens sometimes, I guess. I'm going to Mac Jones something. A couple of different options for me. I looked at his yards because I think they'll be playing from behind. And it's pretty much an even line here. I looked at his passing attempts, which we talked last night, but unfortunately it's kind of bumped up to 35.
Was it at
So
33
I
and a
think
half yesterday?
34 and a half
34 and a
yesterday.
half.
Yeah, so I think you can get me with either his passing attempts or his passing yards. I think. I mean, you can talk me into his fantasy score. I like three of his props, honestly.
Yeah, no, I like that for sure. Everything's looking pretty good. Let me check what he's projected on Statistic real quick, just for fantasy score.
Yeah,
16.43.
little,
So yeah, my perfect Jose said leave a like. We got 172 people in here. That's absolutely insane. That crushes our highest so far. So appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Yeah. So yeah, I'm down with a Mac Jones prop too. I took an interception earlier just based off odds, but I couldn't figure out a lean one way or another. I think he has to pass the ball some if they're going to win this game. So I could be talked into a lot of props here for him too. The fantasy score doesn't look too bad, but
yeah. To me, it's either passing yards or passing attempts for me.
passing yards or passing attempts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he had to throw it 54 times versus the Eagles last week. That's kind of crazy. But also, they were playing from behind the entire game. 237 seems kind of low for him. He had 327 last week. Your choice. I know how you are with the passing attempt prop, so if you want to take that, we can. I know it's been bumped. We liked it at 34 and a half, so we think he at least is going to push, so.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's probably past. No, it just doesn't correlate well with that Rhamondre Stevenson thing. Is the only thing.
Yeah, but we have his receiving yards in there too, so I mean, I think it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably fantasy score then.
Well, fantasy score. So if he throws a touchdown, if he gets 2 touchdowns, he hits this easily.
Yeah, exactly.
What about his pass rush and reception touchdown prop? It's at 1.5.
That's also pretty good too. I mean, like that's essentially the fantasy score.
Does he have to hit that to hit fantasy score, you think? Got a couple people saying fantasy
I mean,
score, so
he doesn't necessarily have to hit 2 touchdowns to do it. I mean, you think he's what two? Say he throws for 250 yards. What that's 4, 8, 10,
yeah.
14. I mean, it's close. I mean, he almost kind of has to hit 2 touchdowns, I guess, at this point to do it.
Yeah.
Because he's not a big time rusher. It's probably 5.5. So
No, exactly. He's not going to run one in for the end zone more than likely. So, and he can also he's favored to throw an interception as well. So that's kind of some negative points there.
Yeah, I don't. I think maybe it might be the touchdowns since he has to hit his bank score that. You don't have to take around the interception.
Okay, we can put that in. I mean, they're projected by Vegas for 22 points, so they're projected to score some points for sure. I think we should talk about a Tua prop. I got a couple I like. I don't know if you have any Tua props that you're liking, but I was kind of leaning his pass yards or maybe passing touchdowns, either one of those.
All right.
Just I don't know. He's minus 130, I think, on the passing touchdowns. He had 3 last week. Miami, they're obviously not scared to sling the ball. It kind of correlates with our receiver props that we have, which they're kind of low, so it doesn't really matter too much in my opinion. I think, let's see, his pass yards, he's gone over 9 of 14 times. In 2 of 3 of those games that he didn't hit, he almost died in when he got his concussion. So, obviously, he's not going to hit in those games. So, I think he'll have to air it out a little bit over a tough New England rush defense. I think even the Eagles had a little bit issues with running the ball, and they have no issue running the ball against a team. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he crushes his 266 pass yard mark.
Yeah, I'm with that one. I like Tua tonight a lot. And I think he could have gone a bunch of different ways, so perfectly fine with me. And then, I think I've seen some chat on this one already. They stole my next prop. It's our Arkansas boy, man.
Oh, Hunter Henry.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a lot of work. Last week, he really targeted pretty heavily for Mac Jones, and I do think Mac Jones is still going to throw it quite a bit. He's favored to go over 33, or even line on 33.5. Favored to go over just 1 yard under. I think, like I said, I think Mac's going to have to throw it, and I think Hunter Henry is one of his favorite props or favorite targets to throw after. So
he had 6 targets last week.
Yeah, he had 6, so I'm on his receiving yards for sure.
Yeah, I like that too. He had 56 last week against the Eagles, so.
Minutes.
No, I think that's definitely a really good prop. You liking anything else for tonight?
Ooh. I think that might be all I had. You could convince me on a couple of other ones, but anything that was real big. I mean, maybe I'd look at a Kendrick Bourne type play, but it's not anything I love.
I get you. There is a couple good props on the optimizer with Chad Ryland under 1.5 field goals made. It's at minus 160 on DraftKings right now. That's pretty solid value. So if you wanted to plug that in, I never get field goal kickers right. I think I'm like 0-15 on trying to play a field goal kicker. It just never happens. I don't know what the deal is. And then Jerome Baker over 5.5 tackles. He's minus 135, basically maybe minus 140 on some books across the board. So I think that's a really good prop too.
Yeah.
And even Waddle at 4 receptions, I think that's a solid push potential prop.
So let's lock in our top ones and then see where we need to go from there.
Yeah, so I think we're for sure. What about your prop Bentley for tackles? Yeah, he got bumped to 8. I still think it's good. He's a tackle beast, but being at 8 tackles and having a push, I don't love it as much just because now he has to have 9 to hit that. So you can still play it for the push. I'm not gonna play it in this slip, but I definitely still like it. Hill discount, got a cash, right? Yes, sir. Our girl Lauren, she said she loves Hunter Henry. She's been spot on some calls here in chat, so.
She has, yeah, she's been money. All right,
But
so
we got Tyreek Hill.
What, yeah.
Tyreek Hill discount. We got Durham Smythe. I don't know how to say his name, but I think we're gonna go fantasy score for that. Then we're gonna go Rhamondre, rushing and receiving. Put that in here too. If I can find him. Rushing and receiving. We got Mac Jones. The only thing I'm not sure about is that Mac Jones prop. I like having a Mac Jones prop.
Yeah, that's my least favorite one. I think I'm still. I just cannot decide which prop I want to take with Mac Jones. It's almost like pass completions or fantasy score or rush. I don't know which one to take. I've been back and forth all day on this one.
Yeah, no, I know we had several in chat saying fantasy score as well, so. Chat, yeah, Durham won a sketch. No, Durham's hitting, bro. Trust me. 7 targets last week. He's gonna see 5 at least again today. He's gonna hit. So, all right, we'll put a pin in the Mac Jones prop, but I think we're gonna go Tua's pass yards, right?
Yeah, we want yards instead of touchdowns, right?
And then Hunter Henry receiving yards. Let's see if chat has any better props for us to take. Somebody saying Mac fantasy score again. Zeke receptions. Ah, man. What's he at?
No.
Is he at 1.5? Man.
See, Ty, yes, passing attempts is what I'm originally had as well. Oh, Adrian's saying pass attempts as well.
Pass attempts?
Yeah, that was my original lane last night when we talked about it on stream. It was 34.5 pass attempts.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's a push, right? We think they have to air out the ball a little bit more. So, I mean, it still correlates with our Rhamondre play. If he throws a lot, I mean, that's he's going to get receiving yards.
It just worries me that the Chargers last week didn't throw it a ton, didn't have to. I mean, what did he throw it 30 times maybe last week?
Yeah.
Or the Eagles, excuse me.
The Eagles, yeah, they were playing from ahead the whole time, so.
Yeah, 33 times is what Jalen Hurts threw it. Ran it 25 times. I mean, it's.
Jason Sanders over kicking points. He said, "Look it up, please."
So I've already looked that one up. I'm just. Oh man, I don't know.
That's close. I mean, what's the odds saying?
He has been. Sanders has been kicking the ball. Like they've been getting down there, and he's been kicking it a lot. To be honest with you.
So he has to kick 2 field goals, probably.
Yeah, he's gonna make 2 field goals. He'll make 2, yeah.
So then you might as well take his field goal made prop.
Yes, 1,000%.
Russell Wilson Hail Mary. Somebody said Russell Westbrook.
Jeez,
I missed it.
Yeah, no, I was like, what the heck? So Wilson just Hail Mary the game. Oh, he lost on a 2-1 conversion.
Dang, dude, Commanders? They blew it. They were up big against the Commanders, weren't they?
They were, and then the Commanders came back and were up double digits late as well.
That's crazy.
It's Mac Jones pass attempts. I'm not going to talk myself out of this.
All right, we're going Mac Jones. I got it in here in a slip anyway. So Mac Jones pass attempts. We're going to go for that.
That's my original lean anyway. I said it last night. That's my prop. I can't deviate from my prop. That's prop's been hitting for me all year this year, all year last year. I'm locked in.
We're gonna hit it. I just got locked in too. We are due for a 25x, man. I mean, our last 2 slips gone 4-1 and 5-1, right?
Yeah, we're literally like singing 9-2.
Man, that's insane. So for any of you guys, this is what we're locking in. Tyler is the pass attempts god.
Always grubbing, yes. Always grubbing, that is me. Like that is, you can go ahead and call me. I'm gonna put it in my bio. Actually, that's what I need to do.
Hey, Kevin said Waddle over 4 receptions. I do like that one. for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm good with that one too, for sure.
But yeah, this is what we're gonna lock in for the stream slip for 25x. It's coming tonight. We're done missing by one. It's happening. We're gonna see some offense in this game. We got Tyreek Hill over 53.5 receiving yards at that discounted line. It's really good value. Durham, we got 5.5 fantasy score. We're taking it over. Rhamondre over 80.5 rushing and receiving. Tua over 266.5 pass yards. Hunter Henry over 33.5 receiving yards, and Mac Jones over 35 attempts. We're going to lock that in. We're hitting 25x. I just feel it coming, man.
Yeah, I'm sick of this. I'm pretty sure I've 2x 7 different slips over the last 10 days.
Favorite two?
So yeah, unfortunate.
Favorite two, not counting Tyreek Hill? Probably Tua pass yards would be my favorite out of this list.
Yeah, I think mine's probably like 100 Henry receiving yards.
100 Henry receiving yards for you. Replacement for Tyreek, yeah, go 6 receptions or 17 fantasy score. I love both of them. So, I think he has a great game. I mean, he last game with against New England with Tua playing, I think Tyreek had like 8 catches for, I can't remember the yards, and I think he had a touchdown. So, opinions on Mac Jones over 22.5 completions and Dolphins over 1.5 field goal mades. Yeah, we looked that up. I think it's solid to take over the 1. The books actually favor him under, but
I know favor him under, but he's been getting a lot of work.
Yeah, so I wouldn't take the under there. Maybe more of a fade for me, but I fade field goal kickers mostly. Mac Jones over 22.5 completions seems solid. If you had to choose, Rob, this is on you. Fantasy score or receptions? Let me look. Last week we took Tyreek Hill fantasy score and he had like 40. I'll say fantasy score. I think he hits both. I'm gonna say fantasy score because it bakes into chances of him scoring a touchdown. He very well could score a touchdown, or he can hit this line without scoring a touchdown. So, rock fantasy score if it were me. Do you still like the Twitter Sunday Night Football slip? Absolutely, but I know the tackles prop has been bumped. Anybody hit any big slips today? Or were you just like us and hit 5 of 6? I'd probably play the field goal made on a book, not Prizepicks for that pricing. Yeah, for sure. If you want to take the overs played on a book, it's definitely a lot more value.
Yeah, agreed.
It's the same payout no matter what on Prizepicks, so it's definitely, if you want to take the over, it would kind of be detrimental in the long term. This game starts in 30 minutes. I'm pumped.
All right, boys. I'm about to have to log off myself and get some stuff done before the game starts. And I think we're going to the counter, boys.
What the Feezy 5 of 6? What do you mean? Are you saying the slips 5 of 6? Or you hit 5 of 6?
Hoping to stay in the previous one was.
Oh, yeah. I hit 1.6x. One away from 1K. I hit a 25x.
No.
2 is cashing. You're going to hit that 10x.
Good. Let's go.
All right, gang. Well, appreciate you stopping by. What a stream, man. We had our most viewers by a lot. That was sick.
A ton, yeah.
We gained some subscribers. Do us a favor before you leave. Go ahead and like. We're cashing out tonight. We're hitting 25x. We're going to have that big positive energy, positive momentum for tomorrow's Monday Night Football game. We may go back to back. I'm feeling good.
For sure, man. I'm loving it. I'm ready to knock it out tonight, knock it out tomorrow, and just enjoy the cash counter.
All right.